Hello everyone, it's Fialer. Welcome to the second challenge of this cheerleader event, which is called Orb of Eternity. So this is just a fun little gimmick map where you are given preset units. It's another one of those maps where you have to move an object from a certain point to another point on the map. And to do that, they provide you a selection of various displacement effects. So every single one of your characters here can push the ball 2 blocks in one direction, and each of them also gets a special ability, basically. Angelina can pull the ball to her instead of pushing it for 2 blocks. Shelfenil can stun one enemy for 1 turn. And finally, Serena can ram enemy units out of the way. So I gotta say, I have no idea what kind of ball game they're playing here, where you're kicking the ball around like it's soccer, but then Shelfenil decides to also punch people in the face to stun them, and Serena's just tackling people. In any case, your goal is to just get the ball into the goal on the other side of the screen. So the units trying to obstruct you from your goal here are Claret, Liana, and Lana, as well as Angelica playing the goalie. The Claret has a chain hook style skill that can be used on the ball. She can also inflict the ball with a debuff that prevents it from being moved. Liana has the maneuver skill, which is basically like the backbreaker skill that Viraj has, which moves the ball to the other side of her unit. And finally, Lana has the ram skill, similar to the one Serena has, and she also has the ability to actually silence your units for 1 turn. Now, because of AI variation, you probably won't be able to follow this video one-to-one, but I think there's a number of general rules you can follow here to make the map a bit easier. First, your own units can body block the ball from being displaced in certain ways. So if you are suspecting that the enemy units are going to displace it in a way that you don't want, you just take your units and just surround the ball in a specific way, and that should be able to protect the ball. Now, it is true that the Lana can push one of your units out of the way with her ram skill, so you do need to be aware of that. Another thing you should do is to just make the enemy's skills work against them. Now, because you're allowed to stun an enemy of your choice using Shelfenil, what you should really do is just take a look at what skill the Claret decides to do first, and then stun accordingly so that the enemy Liana and Lana, if they try to use a skill on the ball, it will be on the same turn that Claret will use her dead ball skill, which prevents the ball from being moved. So this just sets it up so that the enemy units will just waste their skills and then they'll be on cooldown. Now, of course, Claret herself can still pull the ball around with her chain hook style skill if she wants, but that's not nearly as annoying as letting Liana get her maneuver skill on the ball, because if she moves it from her right side to her left side, then you're just going to have a lot of trouble because you can't push the ball through her, so you're going to end up having to move around her, and that just wastes a lot of your time. Alternatively, you can actually trick the Liana into helping you, because if you block off the sides of the ball so that Liana only can go to its right side, then she's just going to do that, and she will maneuver the ball from her left side to the right side, which actually helps you advance the ball. So anyway, you just have to sort of play around with the stage a bit to really figure it out. And once you get the ball near the goalie, you have to use Serena's ram skill to just ram Angelica out of the way. Now, once you have the ball near the goalie, just don't be impatient. If you need to take a couple turns to set it up, do that. Because no matter what, you don't want to kick the ball in a way so that Angelica can reach it. Because if Angelica reaches it, then she will automatically send the ball right into the middle of the arena, which just sets you back a ton of turns, and obviously you'll probably time out if you let her do that. Anyway, I think that's about all I have to say about Orb of Eternity, the second challenge, so I'll see you guys in the next video.